So the Torah of Tzaddik, the Rebbe is saying that Am Yisrael came to, Moshe Rabbeinu said to Am Yisrael, come be Mekabel Torah, and Am Yisrael said everything Hashem is going to say, Naseh v'nishma. So Moshe Rabbeinu came to Kodesh Baruch Hu, and he said what the people said. So the Kodesh Baruch Hu said, in 3 days, whatever it is, I'm going to come. He says, Moshe said the words of Hashem to him, the words of the people to him. So Hashem says to him, go down and sanctify the people today and tomorrow. For the third day, I'm coming. Give him a Torah. I want to speak to you, and they'll believe in you forever. So the Rebbe says we didn't find that between Moshe said the words of the people to Hashem, and Hashem said whatever he said. Then he says again, and Moshe said the words of the people to Hashem. So we didn't find that the people said anything new to Hashem. So Veda says that what was going on there is that the people said that everything that we hear straight from the mouth of Hashem, we have to do. There's no Bechira anymore. Basically, when you hear that Hashem is saying something directly, it's like the law of gravity. Not listening to what Hashem is saying is like hanging out the window and says, I'm not going to fall down to the floor. It's done. So the people said, no, we have no Bechira. We want to serve Hashem with Bechira. So Hashem said, no problem, in 3 days the people hear when I'm speaking to you. So what does it mean? He says, Hashem said, I'm going to talk to you. Moshe. So the people afterwards, they will hear it, they will see me, they will see that I speak to you. But they'll have a choice whether to accept it upon themselves or not. Because I'm talking to you. Right? They'll hear that I talk to you. So Moshe said the words of the people to Hashem, meaning, okay, so you fixed their problem, but you didn't fix my problem, because I'm going to be hearing it straight from you. I'm not going to have any Bechira anymore. So Hashem said to him, go down to the people today and tomorrow, and go and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and the third day I'm coming. So there's a whole argument about when was the Torah actually given. So the day of Rabbi Yossi is Moshe Hoisif Yom Echad Midaitos, Masechet Shabbos. Famous machlokes whether the Torah was given in in 2 days or in 3 days. So Rabbi Yossi holds that Moshe added another day from his own day. So the question is that that means according to the day of Rabbi Yossi, the Torah was not given on Vav Sivan when we celebrate Shavuos, but it was given on Zayin Sivan. So how can we celebrate? So Enochinami, the day of Rabbi Yossi is a das Yachid. So the Rabbeinu says that extra day was the Bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu. Baruch Hu didn't tell him to add the next day. He says, Hayom Mochel, today and tomorrow. Basically, it's a day and a half. Because Moshe Rabbeinu came up in the morning, and he says, today and tomorrow. It's just, there is a day and tomorrow. So Moshe Rabbeinu learned, he says, what in the creation of the world is Erev Vayker Yom Echad. First comes the night, and then comes the day, and then it's going to be one day. So the same way, Hayom today also has to have its night with it. In other words, it has to be 2 full days. So it doesn't start from today. In other words, it's the night and tomorrow, and then the night and the next day, and then the day afterwards. So, and Takadar it was, because the Baruch Hu came down the third day. He said that Moshe Rabbeinu was mechaven exactly to the das of Kadosh Baruch Hu. So, and Rabbeinu says that without it, that was the bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu to receive the Torah. Without it, we wouldn't be able to receive the Torah. This was bevada, that's the way it was, and there was no other way, and that's the bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu. So Shavuos Shiur, first of all, that means that, we're celebrating Shavuos on the wrong day. And secondly, how is this the bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu? So that's the choice of Moshe Rabbeinu to add another day. How does adding another day is the bechira of Moshe Rabbeinu? Yes, on his own volition, he decided that's the right thing to do. But so you brought an interesting nekuda from Sichas Aran, in which this is like 4.5 months before the Rebbe was Mustaleh. The Rebbe says that what he really wants to do is he wants to dump, the yoke of leading the people. Stop dealing with the living and just deal with the souls of the departed already. It's much easier to work with them because they already know what's what. So somebody as a Baal Bechira, it's very, very difficult to help him. So they really wanted to stop dealing with the living and just deal with the neshamas of the departed and work on himself and get to whatever it is that he will get. So Rav Nosson says, it's a long asichas. Rav Nosson says, but when you see the Moshe Rabbeinu didn't do it, so the Rebbe told me that's the right. Bring the Taka. Moshe Rabbeinu made a mistake. It was Mekav the Erev Rav. So it's himself. Rav Nosson writes with great arichas that Baruch Hashem that he didn't leave us and this and we was another Torah. We already see that Rabbeinu says on the pasuk Umateh Elokim biyadi, and the staff of Hashem is in my hand. It says about Moshe Rabbeinu. Mateh means leaning. Mateh, you're leaning this way, or you're leaning that way. Rabbi says Mateh, that's the bechira, to choose this way or this way. Saying Mateh Elokim biyadi means the bechira is totally under my control. The tzaddik emes like Moshe Rabbeinu, the bechira is already totally under control. The bechira that he has is like the bechira that Adam Rishon had before the chet of Etz Hadas. It's a very, very subtle kind of bechira that we cannot even understand. The bechira of the tzaddik emes is whether to deal with us or not. That's the bechira. Because dealing with us, I don't have to tell you what is to deal with. But that's dealing with us. All right? So he brought down a Maharsha that says, so Tosfos brings a different kind of, it brings a teretz to why Taka the Torah was given on Moshe added another day. So it says one thing is that that when they came, they started counting. When they came, to begin counting, they were very, very tired. So one day he let them rest, and then they started counting. And the second teretz of Tosfos says Moshe added another day from his own volition. What it is, the Maharsha says these terutzim are very dachak, so he brings a cheshbon. He comes onto this thing from a totally different direction, and he starts counting from when the 50 days start, when they came out of Mitzrayim. So this is, they came out of Mitzrayim on Thursday. So they came out of Mitzrayim on Thursday. The 50th day is a Friday. So Hakol Moedim, the Torah was given on Shabbos.
No, the 50 days on Thursday. When they start.
I don't remember Tuesday or Thursday, whatever it is. B'kitzur, the 50 days end on Friday, and everybody's when the Torah was given on Shabbos. So what is this? So he says that Moshe, the Maharsha says that Moshe Oisif Yom Echad Midaito, is that Moshe saw, that he has to prepare the people to Matan Torah. And the thing that they need in order to get the Torah is Yira. A sufficient load of Yira. And 2 days would not be enough. He says because Yira, the Maharsha says, Yira is more important than Torah and Chochmah. Yira is more important than Torah and Chochmah. So that 50th day was a day of the perfection of the Yira. What we're actually celebrating for Shavuos is not Matan Torah. We're actually celebrating the day of the Tzaddik, the day that the Tzaddik added. The Torah was given a day later. We're celebrating the work that the Tzaddik did with us. And he asked a kasha, like when HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, I'm going to come down and give the Torah. The very same way that the people understood that they're going to lose the Bechira once they hear what the HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Moshe Rabbeinu also understood it, obviously. So why did Moshe Rabbeinu say, but what about me? Only after the people said, we want Bechira, we don't want to become robots. Why did he get up and say, but what about me? Why did Moshe Rabbeinu say that immediately? What's the use of serving Hashem without Bechira? Why only after they woke up, then he remembered. So I told him afterwards, I spoke to him, and I said to him, Lefi dvarecha, according to what you're saying, it's very easy to understand. Because you said Moshe Rabbeinu already didn't have a Bechira. He had a very subtle Bechira, right? You said that, what is his Bechira? His Bechira is to work with the people or not to work with them, right? So he understood already when HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, I'm going to come and give the Torah, that everybody will lose the Bechira. Which means he doesn't have to work with them anymore. So he doesn't need Bechira. But once the people said, no, we want to serve Hashem with Bechira, now Moshe Rabbeinu needs to have the Bechira of to go down to them and help them or not. So now he says, okay, now what about me? I also need Bechira. So that's a teretz for that kasha. I mean, if Am Yisrael, he said, Mi tev yeh kol asher am Hashem meviim. I'll avoid that everybody will be a prophet like me. What? Are you tell Yeshua? What, are you jealous? For me, everybody will be, and Am Yisrael will be neviim like me. He doesn't care. If he cared, the more the better. But I said, but that one day that you have to understand, what is the celebration of this one day? I say it's far deeper. Why is that we are celebrating this one day? Because there is the biggest kasha of this thing, for which the Tosfos answer and the Maharsha deals with, is they says Yom Hashishi v'yachulu Hashamayim v'Haaretz, when we're saying on Kiddush. So it's the sixth day, and that was the end of the heaven and the earth. It says v'yachulu, it means that the Bria was tzittering. Why? Because the entire Bria was on probation. If Am Yisrael is going to mikabel the Torah, then the Bria will continue. If Am Yisrael will not receive the Torah, the Kodesh Baruch Hu says, I'm returning everything to Torah Vavo. So until then, everybody was like, biting the nails down to the elbow. Talking around with the lawyers, yes, no, the heaven, the earth, everything like, nothing for certain. Once came Yom HaShishi, it's Kabbalah Sator, Am Yisrael says, Nasa v'nishma, so everybody calmed down. But if Matan Torah was on Zayin Sivan, what are you doing with Yom HaShishi? You're going to be Yom HaShvi, not Yom HaShishi. So why did the Bria, calm down on the sixth day? It should have, extended for another day. So over this, I told him, you have to understand what the celebration is about. You see in Sipur Maisius the Maisa of the third day, the Betler of the beggar of the third day, which is the Maisa with the heart and the fountain, that they miss each other, and every day, the longing between the heart and the mayan is so great. Every day, when the day is over, there is chas v'chalila, there is a danger that it will expire from the yearning that they have for one another. And the Betler says that there is the true ish chesed that goes around and collects all the chasadim that were done the previous day and gives it to him, and he creates another day for the heart and the mayan to exist for another day. The Medrash says, Lemo leTzion ami ato, to say to Tzion, you are my nations. So the Medrash says, Al tikra ami ato, don't say you are my nation, ela imi ato, you are with me. What does it mean? It says, my ana, what me, I, bo shmaya ve'arba miluli, what I create heaven and earth in my talking, in my speech. Afatemkin, you also do that. The tzaddik creates time and place. The cognition of the tzaddik creates time and place. This is elementary quantum physics. That cognition creates reality. Awareness creates reality. And the Rebbe says so in Furush in Likutei Moharan. He says, "Istaklus oiso mokom v'zman." That looking, in other words, capturing, being aware of, creates time and place. The Rebbe uses it la'inyan bitochen. The eyes of everybody are turned to you, aimed yearningly to you, and you give them their sustenance at their time. So they said, because there can be a sustenance that is supposed to come to a person, but it's not supposed to come right now. It's supposed to come like 3 years from now. The fact that the person looks to Kodesh Baruch Hu with bitachon, so that creates time and place. The Kodesh Baruch Hu gives you the sustenance when you need it. Your cognition, your expectation, your bitachon creates time and place for the shefa to come right then and there. So I told him, that day, that Yom Hashishi that we're celebrating, is a day that the tzaddik created. I told him, Moshe, it's not that there's time and there's time to, of counting. And Moshe says, something, let's add another day to the counting. That's no pshat of Moshe, Hoisif Yom Echad Medaita. The reason why the world was able to sustain itself for another day and not crumble down is because the tzaddik gave it another day, that it gives to the heart and the mind another day to exist. Moshe Hoisif Yom Echad, he added Midaita by his own das, by his own perception, he added another day of existence to the Bria, so the Bria could sustain another day until Matan Torah. That's what we spoke about. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.